Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to look into something super important, which is content moderation using AWS Rekognition. Whether you are building a social platform, a user-generated content site, or just want to keep things clean and safe in your app, this is a feature you don't want to miss. We are Codersarts and we love helping developers and businesses build smarter applications using powerful tools like AWS, and trust us, Rekognition makes content moderation way easier than doing it manually. So stick around, we've got a demo, pricing breakdown, and everything you need to get started. So let's jump in. But before that, let's try to understand what is AWS Rekognition. Amazon Rekognition is a powerful image and video analysis service offered by AWS. It uses deep learning to automatically identify objects, people, text, and activities in images and videos. It's designed to be easy to use with no machine learning expertise required, and it can scale from small personal projects to large enterprise level applications. So what exactly does AWS Rekognition do when it comes to content moderation? At its core, Rekognition can automatically detect inappropriate, unsafe, or unwanted content in images and videos. We are talking about things like nudity or sexually explicit content, violence or gore, visually disturbing content, or drugs, alcohol, and more. Instead of manually reviewing every piece of media uploaded to your app, which is slow and just not scalable, Rekognition lets you flag potentially unsafe content instantly using machine learning. It returns a list of moderation labels like explicit nudity or violence along with confidence scores, so you can decide what to allow, blur, or block based on your policies. So you just need to send in an image or video and boom, you get structured results you can act on. So if you want to use moderation in your applications, then doing it with Rekognition is a smart way to automate safety checks and scale fast. So now that we are familiar with Amazon Rekognition, let's jump into the next section, which is demo. So let's start with the real stuff. Here we'll see how content moderation actually works in an app using AWS Rekognition. So we'll start by running the app. And we'll open it in the browser. So this is the interface of the app and it's pretty simple, and all we need to do is upload the image or the video that we want to analyze for moderation. Alright, so we'll start with images first. Now I'm going to upload one image and then I'll click on analyze content. So once we send the media to the API, AWS Rekognition returns a detailed set of moderation data. So now this is the input image that we passed in to the API for analysis, and it took 1.33 seconds to analyze this image. So this is the time taken by Amazon Rekognition's DetectModerationLabels API to process the image and provide us with the data. Now let's take a look at the data itself. So the first column is nothing but the category, which is a parent label. Alright, so some labels are grouped under broader categories, and these are those broad categories. Alright, so for example in here, violence is the broader category, and the first row itself is just a representative of the parent category only. That is why here it is mentioned as uncategorized, but it is nothing but just listing down the parent category violence in its own row. Alright, so we'll just take a look at this one to understand it better. So the first column is the parent label, which is the violence. Alright, and then we have the labels, which are nothing but the actual moderation labels, which are the categories recognized by the API. Alright, so here we can see that weapons is a subset of violence, and then we have the confidence score as well. So each label comes with a percentage that shows how confident Rekognition is in its detection. So in this case, the API is 98.81% sure that this image contains weapons in it. And the level is nothing but an indication of the hierarchical taxonomy that is followed by Amazon Rekognition. All right. So let us take a look at that. So here we can see that Amazon Rekognition uses a 3-level hierarchical taxonomy to label categories of inappropriate or unwanted offensive content. All right. And here we have this table in here that lists down all these categories. So we have level 1, level 2 and level 3 categories with us. So level 1 is the broadest category, which is the parent category. And then the level 1 categories are further divided into level 2 categories, as we can see in here. All right. So in this case, violence is further divided into 2 categories, which are weapons and graphic violence. All right. And then we have the third categories as well. Like these 2 categories are then broken down into further categories. Here we can see that weapons does not have any third category that it is broken down into, but graphic violence does. So graphic violence is further divided into weapon violence, physical violence and so on. All right. So there may or may not be a third category available, as we just saw. If you want to know more about it, you can just take a look at this table. It lists down all of the labels which are identified by Rekognition when we are using it for content moderation. All right. So let us go back to the app in here. I hope that now it makes a little bit more sense, like what is a parent label and what is the moderation label that is actually identified in here. So here, basically, this line tells us that weapons are there in this image with 98.81% surety, and that it falls under a broader category of violence. So that's it. We also have one section which detects any text if it is present on the image. In this case, there is no text in the image, so nothing has been detected in here. All right. But the purpose of having this section is to also introduce text moderation in here if there is any. All right. For this demo, we are only listing down the detected text in here. But to introduce text moderation as well in this, we can use Amazon Comprehend, and specifically its DetectPII API, which detects any personal information in text if there is any. And we have already made a video on that, so you can go and check that out on our channel as well. So now we'll try out another image. All right, let's just choose an image which is having a text on it as well. So again, this is the image here. All right, and it took 1.48 seconds to analyze this image using Rekognition API. All right, and here it is identifying non-explicit nudity in here because the girl is wearing a swimwear. All right, and the confidence level for detection is also present in here. Also, we can see that now we have all the 3 levels of breakdown of categories in here. So the first broader category is swimwear or underwear. All right, or basically it could be non-explicit nudity of intimate parts and kissing as well. These are the parent labels for which these 2 second level categories have been detected. For the swimwear or underwear category, it is further broken down into female swimwear and underwear category. All right, the other category in here is male swimwear or underwear. And for non-explicit nudity one, it is further broken down into non-explicit nudity. All right, so this is how it works. And then non-explicit nudity is further broken down into this category. So you can see the detail with which it moderates the images. All right. And we also have a detected text in here as well. Now, if we take this text and pass it to Amazon Comprehend's DetectPII API, then it will tell us that there is a personal information present, which is nothing but the phone number. All right. So this is how we can use it to moderate text as well in images. So you can go and check out our previous videos on Amazon Comprehend's use cases. There you can see how it comes into play. Now for videos, it's more dynamic. So let's just try out moderating a video as well. I have uploaded a video and it takes a little bit more time to analyze a video as compared to an image. All right, so we should expect that. So here we have the results for the analysis of the video for moderation. Alright, Rekognition breaks the analysis down by timestamps, as you can see in the table. But let's just take a look at these details first. So here it tells us that the video is 27.28 seconds long, and AWS's Rekognition took 16.67 seconds to analyze this video for moderation. Apart from that, there are a few other properties of the video also that have been listed in here. For example, color range, resolution, frame rate, all these have also been detected by the Rekognition API and provided to us with the result that we are displaying in here along with this breakdown. Now let us just take a look at the video first. I'll open it in another tab so that we can view it properly. So this is the video. Here people are drinking, alright, and a guy is smoking as well, but he's out of focus, and even the girl is out of focus, so the video is a little bit blurry. The guy who is in focus and is clearly visible is not drinking anything. Alright, so now let's go and take a look at the results. So first of all, we have the timestamps again, because the analysis of videos is done frame by frame. Alright, and for each of the frame the timestamp is provided, and the detected moderation label have also been presented, alright, along with the confidence score. Now we can see that basically the first parent category is alcohol, and it is broken down into alcohol use, and alcohol is further broken down into drinking. So this is how it goes. Like, this is the 3-level taxonomy that we are following in here. Alright. So this is the result, and it seems to be repeating for each of the frame because there's nothing else being done in that video clip, right? So let us take a look at the confidence scores as well. Now the confidence scores are a little bit lower, although everything has been detected correctly, but this is due to the fact that there is a blurring kind of effect in here in the video where the things are going out of focus. All right, so the quality of the video also matters. All right, but even with this kind of video, it didn't fail to recognize these things, and obviously there was no text that was detected in here. So that's how it works, and the kind of details that we are provided with by the API lets us either skip or blur or review only the relevant sections, which comes in super handy for managing large volumes of video content. So if you're dealing with moderating a large volume of videos or images, then in that case, using Rekognition for automated content moderation is a great choice. Alright, even we'll discuss the pricing in the next section as well. So whether you are moderating user uploads, building a safe for work filter, or reviewing flat contents, AWS Rekognition gives you a reliable and automated system to help enforce your content policy at a large scale as well, and fast. So this is all for the demo. Now we'll move on to the next section. So now let's talk about pricing, because knowing how much this awesome tech costs is just as important as knowing how it works. And the good news is you only pay for what you use. There's no upfront commitment and no minimum fee. Pricing is broken down into two main categories, which are image analysis and video analysis. So let's explore each one by one. So when you are moderating images, you are using the DetectModerationLabels API, and this falls under Group 2 in Rekognition's pricing model. That means it follows the same tiered pricing structure used for other Group 2 features like label detection and facial analysis. We have discussed this in our previous videos as well, and we'll repeat it here for you also. So here is how it breaks down. In a month, for processing the first 1 million images, you are charged $0.001 per image. And for the subsequent 4 million images that you process in that same month, you will be charged $0.0008 per image. And as the volume keeps increasing, the pricing keeps going down, as you can see in the table on the screen. Let us try to understand this breakdown with the help of an example. So if you analyze 2.5 million images in a month, So the total cost for content moderation of 2.5 million images would come out to be $2,200 per month. And this is how it breaks down. In that month, for the first 1 million images that you process, you would be charged at $0.001 per image. But as soon as you cross this 1 million threshold to process more images, you will be charged at $0.0008 per image until you reach the quota of processing 4 million images in that month. And if you go beyond that, then the cost keeps dropping, as we saw in the table. So this is how the pricing is calculated for using this service. Now, for videos, the pricing works a little differently. When you run content moderation on videos stored in S3, Rekognition charges per minute of video analyzed as compared to per image charge that we incurred while analyzing the images. And the rate is $0.10 per minute. So if you analyze 100 minutes of video, then you will be charged $10 for that. This includes the entire moderation process, identifying and timestamping any inappropriate content throughout the video. But just remember, if you are using live video streams, Rekognition doesn't currently support content moderation directly. Content moderation is available only for stored videos. Also, there is a free tier. AWS offers a free tier for the first 12 months after account creation. And as a part of this AWS free tier, you can analyze up to 1,000 images per month for free, including moderation, during your first 12 months after creating your AWS account. However, video content moderation is not included in the free tier. So you'll start paying for that from the first minute of video processed. So whether you are processing a handful of images or scaling up to thousands of videos, AWS gives you flexible pricing and you only pay for what you use, with no upfront costs and no long-term commitments. Now that we have an understanding about the pricing structure of using this service, let's move on to the next section to discuss the use cases. Here we'll talk about where content moderation using Rekognition would really shine in the real world. So the first use case could be seen in social media platforms. Content moderation is critical for any platform that allows user-generated content. Rekognition helps automatically flag images or videos containing explicit nudity, suggestive content, violence, or hate symbols. So moderators don't have to manually review everything. Another use case can be found in messaging and chat apps. Apps that allow photo and video sharing can integrate moderation to scan media before it's sent. This protects users, especially minors, from being exposed to harmful or offensive material. Another use case can be seen in video sharing and streaming services. Platforms like video on demand or live stream apps can use Rekognition to scan uploaded content before publishing. It ensures that your platform complies with community standards and legal regulations. The next use case can be in e-commerce and online marketplaces. If you've got a platform where users upload product images, content moderation ensures listings stay appropriate. No NSFW uploads, scams, or misleading images making their way in. Another use case can be seen in educational and kid-friendly apps. Apps aimed at children or learning environments can benefit hugely from automated moderation. It helps maintain a safe, family-friendly experience without relying only on human reviewers. And these are just a few examples. Whether you are a startup, a developer building a prototype, or an enterprise scaling content at massive volume, content moderation is not just optional anymore, it's essential. AWS Rekognition helps you build that trust and safety layer without slowing down your user experience. So if you're thinking this is exactly what my app needs, you are right on track. Whether you are building a content sharing platform, a messaging app, or anything that involves user uploaded media, content moderation isn't optional anymore, it's essential. And the good news is you don't need to reinvent the wheel. With Amazon Rekognition, you can automate content moderation and scale with ease. And at Codersarts, we can help you make that happen. We specialize in building smart, scalable, and personalized AI-powered solutions using AWS. From prototypes to full production apps, we've got you covered. Our contact details are right here on screen, so feel free to reach out and tell us about your project or idea. We would love to help you bring it to life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more AWS powered tutorials, demos and real-world use cases. Thanks for watching and we'll catch you in the next one.